In accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of the meeting of the Franklin Township Environmental Commission was made by posting on the bulletin board in the municipal building, posted on the township website, and electronically transmitted in the officially designated newspapers, indicating that this meeting would take place in person at 7 p.m. on February 24th, 2024. Okay, it's that. Walter?
Here.
Ted Chase, maybe? Not Chase. Ed's not here either. A-B. Stan? Arnold?
Yep.
Robin's not here. Maria, yes.
Yeah.
Paul's yes. Tara's yes. Ed, may, I don't know. And Ellen?
Yes.
My chair report, a little different than my usual stuff. Says, in the last 2 weeks, I presented a talk at Rutgers to graduating civil engineering students. I talked about environmental engineering and the work of our environmental commission. I covered our plans review, support of EV work, stream cleanup, and support of clean energy. The second presentation was to a great decisions group on how climate change was affecting the economy. In doing research for both presentations, I realized we're facing an uphill fight against the current administration in Washington. This makes our work here even more important. The consequences of not recognizing the dangers facing us leads us to disaster. Everything we can accomplish is our contribution to the effort to combat the effects of global warming and climate change. Getting back to the regular stuff, the planning board has given preliminary approval for plans to construct a multi-story building on Hamilton Street. Project is one we reviewed recently, mixed-use building with businesses on the ground floor and residents on the floors above, and Ted Chase is here. On the side of my eye. Okay, good. Okay. Ted, that's for you. Okay. Public comment. Oh, minutes comes first. Motion to accept the minutes of the...
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any changes, corrections, modifications? Okay. I'll let Ted touch it.
Sorry. I like that.
What tune was it?
It'll give time to pretend to take a breath or two.
That's what I'm doing. Okay. You can keep this. There's no sense in rewriting it. Yeah, you know, at this point, you're going to type it anyway.
I took notes too, Ted, just so you know, so
Oh,
you'll
okay.
mine.
Okay, so approval of the minutes, again, we already approved to open it. Public comment on it? No comments or changes?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Minutes are approved. Public comment. Open the floor to public comment. Motion.
So
Open
moved.
the floor.
Second.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any comments from the public?
Yeah, two quick ones. One is that last meeting I mentioned that I would make an article about volunteering here, and then Stan and I had an exchange, and I agreed to 2 more, and I didn't get them done yet because I didn't realize there was a meeting tonight. And just by the time that it was getting started, I needed to send it to you guys. It wasn't really at the quality I wanted it, but I'm on it, and they've already been started. And in the next few days, before the end of this week, I will send it to you so you have time to read it over.
Because our next meeting is next Monday.
Yes, conveniently. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is after the event on regenerative agriculture, which I went to with my parents, at home we were all really excited about how that went, and they're really hyped about buying from their local farm. And we were also talking that it could be nice to have a similar sort of event that's all about why you should plant native before spring starts and people are starting to think about their gardens, and especially now that a lot of nurseries have a native plant section and they're pretty well labeled. I think that could be a good idea.
Oh, I like that.
Any other comments? Nothing?
Is this one I should introduce myself?
Okay.
Okay, I'm Rich Wolven. I've been in the township a little over 10 years. Went to a viewing of the movie last week. And I'm also a 2003 graduate of the Duke Farms Environmental Stewards Program. Recently retired, and I'm available to help. Yeah, I think it's really important, like I said, right now to do things at a local level.
You got the message.
Yes.
We've been looking for volunteers to help us with things. We have the stream cleanup coming up, and I noticed that the Canal Walk Environmental Group put it out to all their people that were having the stream cleanup. So and they said they were gonna take part. So, welcome for that, and we are doing more of these films, so,
I am 2017 Environmental Stewardship alumni, so, yeah.
I did half my hours.
I was in the second class of.
That's what I was in, I think.
Yeah.
You recognize me?
No.
That's why I don't recognize you either. Was that 2003, I think it
I
was?
think so. It was early. It was
Yeah.
soon after I retired from Rutgers. And yeah, I was really gung-ho about it. But I hate to say it, they wanted my social security number, and I objected to that.
People still do.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not. It was never intended for, background checks.
Never intended for anything.
Right.
When we were in the military, we were told it goes to nobody. But now it goes to everybody.
Particularly Elon Musk.
And mine's on the dark web.
Oh.
So is mine. I found that out from when I did my taxes. Block check.
Yeah.
2 pages, a lot of old addresses and that kind of stuff, but some current stuff.
Well, the New Jersey Department of Pensions was hacked, so I'm vulnerable. Nothing's safe.
Okay. Motion to close the public comment.
Second.
All in
Wait,
favor?
wait.
Oh, there's something-
Sorry, with my idea before, I forgot to add on to it. It might be good to tap into the Native Plant Society. There's a Somerset County chapter. Get a speaker from there.
I was just gonna actually add to that, so the Trails Advisory Committee, we have a member on our Trails Advisory Committee that works with the Native Plant Society. So we can maybe make a partnership between the Environmental Commission and Trails to tap into that. I think that would be good, yeah. So I wrote it on my list.
I just want to pitch what Jenny said. So speaking of Jenny's volunteering, I also asked her whether she could do an article for our annual awareness about Save the Motel Earth Day and about our stream cleanup. Stream cleanup is to us now routine. So I'll give update when it's time about stream cleanup. But yeah, that's what I wanted to kind of pitch in about the article writing, because Jenny is very good at English writing. So.
Can I make a comment to the man that from Duke Farms? Hello, our
Can you repeat your
same
name?
class.
Wolven, W-O-L-V-E-N.
Okay.
Rich.
Yeah.
It's like you mentioned that you saw the movie Common Ground. To me, that was earth-shaking. I mean, I emailed all the commissioners, and it gave me a whole new perspective on agriculture. I grew up as a kid watching Modern Farmer on TV, the old 20th version, petrochemicals, tilling, rototilling, and Common Ground totally turned me around. And it's like, I hope it does that for a lot of people, but I'm glad you brought it up. Thank you.
Well, our food system is very vulnerable.
Yes.
Motion to close the meeting for public comment.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, and Alan's comments.
Is there any correspondence?
No correspondence.
Okay. Any review or
No plan reveal.
no plan review?
Wow.
Yes.
Moving right along.
Last time we did so
Whoa.
many. Yeah, last time we did so
Next
many
time
that I
we'll
think
be
we're
10.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, whoa.
4 the other night, last time. Okay, new business. Sustainable Jersey recertification, due this year.
Yes. So I finished going through the inventory of actions that we do to kind of see where we're at, what we can submit. Basically
Is that
what,
this?
yes, it's bigger. It's like, that's more involved, at this point, but yeah. So I turned it into a Google Doc. I put, basically, this is going to be for the green team's use, but it has the action, the possible points, the points that we can get if it's eligible for a gold star. Here's the status. So, for example, if it says discuss, that means I have to speak with these people, or during the green team meeting, speak with them to figure out, can we finish these last 1, 2, or 3 steps to get the points. There's some notes if I have any. There's a link to the action, so whoever has assigned it can easily click on it. And then these are just like statuses about when we submit. So we have, I believe, if we include everything, even things that are missing a little bit here and there, we have 625 points. We need to submit 350, so we have plenty. We have to choose from. So I'm going to recommend...
Save some points for next time.
Yeah, we can. We never submit all of the points. We usually submit 450, 100 extra, because they do go through and really dig. So I think we can go through, and the ones that require the most work, we won't, we're not going to go crazy trying to finish that. We'll go through what we have done and ones that are almost done, and we can submit that.
What's the
And
deadline
then,
on this? When is that?
The next submission is May 16th.
Okay.
Yep.
And then there's a final submission
And
in
final submission September, right?
September,
I have it here. Yep.
whenever, August or
Yeah.
September.
June. Final submission is July 31st this time. Yep.
So when you submit
So we
it,
might finish a few more things between now
Yeah.
and July.
Yep.
Is there a green team scheduled meeting?
I'm going to be scheduling the green team, so I emailed this to Bob Warnlocker and asked him what works, because a lot of the township staff is on the green team,
Yeah.
so I needed to see. So it's going to be a Wednesday morning, like it was last time. I just don't know which Wednesday morning yet.
8 in the
So.
morning or 9?
Yeah, I think it was like 8:30
Yeah,
a.m.
it was early morning, yeah.
I'm sorry, Arnie, you got a question?
so when you submit it in May, that's a preliminary. Is
Yeah.
it the second date, so if they have comments then...
So the first time, we submitted in May, we can put planned if we don't have everything ready. It just kind of lets them know and be ready what we're submitting for, and they can start looking through anything we submit. The June 30th, that's when everything needs to be in, and then we have until July 31st to do the final, and then from July until September, they'll go through every line and every document that we submit. And I believe, if you're a few points short, they'll work with you to try and get to that, deadline. But we're usually okay because we submitted 100 extra points because we know how they
What's the
roll.
next level above the?
There's no, silver's the highest
Oh,
level,
silver it is.
although you can get a gold star in either energy, health, or
Transportation.
water. I had to think water. So we do qualify for the gold star in health, so we'll submit for that,
Because
for
of the
sure.
assessment.
For the health assessment and the things that have come out of it. There is some items under energy that we do qualify for, but I don't know if we meet all of them. I think that it might be like, say there's 5 requirements, we might have 3. So I can look and see, can we finish these extra 2 requirements before the submission? It's going to depend on what it is.
Next year.
Or we can do it for next time. Yeah, absolutely.
3-year cycle, right?
3 years, yeah. So the next step is basically, as soon as I know when the date is going to be, it'll be in March for sure.
Yep.
I'm going to email this spreadsheet out 2 weeks early so everyone on the green team can look through it and kind of see, read it, make any corrections, and then we'll go through it at the green team and discuss it and then assign who's supposed to be doing what. But I have all the narratives we submitted last year and everything, so for a lot of them, I can give the person, last time's narrative, and they can edit it maybe here. So I think we're in good shape, so.
Yeah, I looked through it all, and I had this feeling of not knowing how close we were on most of the
Yes, yeah.
items, so.
Yeah, oh, definitely, yeah. There's some that are that require a little bit of asking the person during the green team meeting, hey, like this one is for SAFI, Creative Assets Inventory. And I have discussed, because I don't know if we have, this CAI, which is a Creative Assets Inventory, if we have it in spreadsheet form or a map. Do we have both? I don't know what we have. So I have to ask her and see. And if she says we have nothing, that might be something we wait on. If she says, well, we have it in a spreadsheet, but not a map, we can definitely get a map.
Can you give me an example what means creative asset?
Creative asset, an example of a creative asset is, I'm trying to think back to the action. I can click on it. Give me 1 second here. A creative asset, I think, for example, like our gazebo would be like a creative asset, and the our gazebo would be one. It's a place where you can basically go to have different types of cultural events, creative events. You know, there's like at the gazebo they do concerts, things like that. So that would be an asset. I don't know what, I mean, I guess probably the library would probably be considered a creative asset. Any outdoor classroom is probably considered one. I don't know if we have, you know.
Well, you know, the new library might stand a chance to get stuff since we have a rain garden in front of it.
That's true.
And when
That's true.
And we,
Yeah.
the Environmental Commission pushed for that.
Right, yep. The youth center maybe potentially could be considered a creative asset, at least part of it. But I don't know what status, so that's an example of something that's like, no, I have to check and see where that is, because that I'm not 100%
Yeah,
sure.
this is something we definitely want to ask. There might be something going on at the youth center that would count.
Oh, I'm sure there is. They do painting and crafts and things there, yeah.
They do podcasts too, this whole room.
Oh, that would work? Oh, yeah, so that would work. Perfect, yeah, that would work.
What about Franklin Day?
Franklin Day, that would be probably under like a green fair or events. That's like something we could probably submit for that.
Who gave us all those night lights, the box of night lights?
That came from the grant we got through
Oh.
Sustainable Jersey for the energy efficiency partners. That is,
So we're
that was
giving
part
those
of the
out, we'll give
giveaway.
those out at different
Yep,
times.
yep.
Tara, have we included maybe in the water aspect, the rain barrel that's attached to the gazebo? I love that. I mean, I wish I could bring it to my condo community, but
Yes,
the
yeah.
board is totally against anything I mention.
Uh,
I love that rain barrel.
Yeah. So a few years ago, I think we submitted for a rain barrel program, because you can't submit for just a barrel, but you can submit if you hold a
We-
program.
we did.
And
Many times.
We haven't done it in this
We
time
looked at it when
frame.
we did that.
But that's something we can look into doing again if that's of
Yeah,
interest.
I mean, to have it on our buildings is good, but maybe to spread it out. Look at all the common interest communities we have here. I called, I think, the New Jersey Water Authority.
Water Supply Authority.
Water Supply, yeah. And they said they would give them away, this was a couple of years ago when I was researching, for free.
Yes, yep,
They're
yep.
like about $100 a piece, free.
I think when we did it, I think it was $35 a piece. And we constructed the barrels in the lobby.
Yes. Yeah, so that's stuff we can do. One example for it, like the municipally supported community solar program. That is one that we know we have completed. Safi has the marketing materials, her work with the companies. She has the resolution passed by the township, so we have that, like, for example, that's one thing we know we can submit and we meet the criteria. So that's an example of one that it's like just writing up the narrative. So
And
that's,
energy aggregation, we may not be fully ready by May, but
Right.
certainly by, if we put in that, well, we've solicited bids and so forth, we should
Definitely.
get something for that.
oh
anyway.
yeah, absolutely.
Would the food composting help if we got something like that done?
If
we
it
got
was,
going?
if it got up and running by the time we do our final submittal, yes.
Maybe,
it may be.
they're now, I got an email from them, from Anthony Wu, that they're finalizing their insurance policy.
Perfect.
That's what they need to
Yeah.
get into Canal Walk.
So if it's up and running by the time
I
we
think
submit, we
if
can
all
definitely
goes
do
well,
that.
maybe in April it'll be
Yep.
up and running.
So that's even more.
I mean, I'll
So-
know,
Mhm.
and then we can,
Yeah.
show it all.
Perfect. So that's that. So we're moving.
I wonder if library is considered asset. How about having a township focused newspaper?
Like a
Two.
right.
Actually, one is
Oh yes, yes.
Times.
Yes. So the Franklin Times, because it has to be through what we do. So the town, we do submit the Franklin Times, but it's under our communications category. So we submit it as part of our communications with the public. Yep. But we do submit that.
Okay.
Our historic homes have be anything?
It's interesting. There's really not much in terms of historic homes on the sustainable Jersey actions. If we do a project with historic homes that is based in sustainability, we can submit it for an innovative project, which is basically you can submit 3 altogether. I have 2 listed. One is the eval certification, and one is the Save the Mow Until Earth Day, because they don't really fit into existing ones. That would be a great project if there was one, and we could submit it under innovative, because it doesn't submit. The only problem is I don't know if we've done anything in our historic homes that would meet, this criteria. I'm not sure. But that is that is something we want to do.
Like an event in those homes?
Not an event, well, it could be an event, but it would.
I remember they do something for historical, there's a lady who comes here sometimes.
Oh, Terry. Yes.
And she does something historical in one of those
She
homes.
does, yeah, so that's done by the Meadows Foundation, so it would have to be done by us, but, so one great example, say we were ever able to do something at like Van Wickle House that was, would assist with the climate change problem that they're facing with flooding, that could be an innovative project, but we don't have anything just yet.
The same with that old growth forest that's here in town?
Memorial Forest,
Yeah.
yes, that concept, if that would have to be completed though, so yeah, yep. So we're moving, so, I'll keep everybody posted.
What about, not the senior center, not
Senior Center, yes.
because they do.
Yes, that could count as a creative asset. So like, same thing with the youth center. It's like we would submit it, but it would be like, the portions of the